God bless you and welcome to your Best Life Ministries. In verse 2 of Song of Solomon, Shulamith doesn't waste any time, jumps right in and says, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine." Do you remember the first time you kissed your spouse? How did it make you feel? What were you thinking? Do you still kiss? Do you kiss the way that Shulamith desired to be kissed by Solomon? We're not talking about a peck on the cheek or a granny kiss, as some call it. We're talking about a deep and passionate kiss, a kiss that's intoxicating, not in the sense of being inebriated or drunk, but in the sense of being mentally or emotionally exhilarated.
Was there a time that you desired to be kissed this way? Has kissing changed in your relationship, in the frequency and quality? What barriers are standing in the way of you kissing your spouse? After we say I do, kissing our spouse is oftentimes a gesture that is minimized and doesn't happen enough, especially when we're busy with work, family, and other obligations that we allow to take our time and attention from the most important person in the world, our spouse. Some may even have the attitude, we don't have time for all of that anymore, or we're past that point in our relationship.
And prior to marriage, during the dating phase of your relationship, kissing was maximized and of the utmost importance. When you were dating, you would get butterflies when you thought about the last kiss you two shared and look forward to doing it again to get some more of that good sugar from their lips.
What do you need to do now to get back to feeling the way you used to feel? We challenge each of you to kiss each other more throughout your daily lives. To be clear, we're not talking about kissing that is necessarily sexual in nature. It could lead to that, but that's not the motive or intent behind your kiss. We're talking about kissing when you depart from each other for the day, when you guys reunite during the evening as you wind down, and before you go to bed. Not as a routine or formality, but as another way of communicating your love and affection for each other.
You don't have to have a reason to kiss each other. It doesn't have to be a special occasion other than the fact that you love and appreciate one another, and kissing each other is your way of showing and expressing those feelings. Now, I remember our first kiss back in 2001. You see, I had it all planned out, right? It was a beautiful day and the weather was perfect, and I took Tesha to a beach not far from Norfolk State. Laid out a blanket on the sand by the water. I told her how I felt about her, and we shared our first kiss. I, like Shulamith, was intoxicated whenever I kissed her on the lips and sought to kiss her as much as possible.
I was definitely intoxicated too whenever we kiss. Do you feel intoxicated when you kiss your spouse? Does it still make your heart flutter? According to Dr. Jeremiah, marriage counselors tell us that kissing is highly underrated. He goes on to say that kissing is the sign of a healthy, romantic marriage. Even more than sex, tender, meaningful kisses are one of the first things to disappear when spouses aren't getting along. He concludes by saying, remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, and it still says, I love you. If you and your spouse still kiss one another, that is wonderful. On the contrary, a lack of kissing can unintentionally put stress on your emotional bond. When we kiss our spouse, our brain releases a feel-good chemical, which stimulates our emotional bonds. A kiss can articulate emotions or feelings that words may not be able to capture. It's a powerful form of nonverbal communication.
That's right. If you stop kissing your spouse, now is the time to begin again. Certainly you can think of something that you are grateful for, admire, love, and appreciate about your spouse. Be intentional and deliberate about expressing those feelings with a kiss. Ask God to help you in that area because there's nothing too hard for God. It's not too late to start again and rekindle those feelings you once had with your first kiss. And may God richly bless you as you join us on this journey of living your best life.